Good evening, Gooners and football fans. This is the Big Sunday Show. This one's going to be a hot one. I'm here with some great friends of mine, and I'll introduce them all. But first of all, I'll introduce myself. I'm Des the Enforcer. I am your host this evening, and with me I have Seema, my sister from another mister. We've got the Scottish Brazilian who's proper going to bang his drum tonight, Mark, and the gorgeous-looking Daniel. It's the best thing I could come up with in a split second, Daniel. So that's what you're getting. So we've got Daniel down the bottom. How you doing, guys? How are you feeling after this rather depressing weekend? We'll go ladies first, gentlemen. Seema?
Yeah, I mean, I think you all guys know I was kind of depressed. Even though yesterday I didn't want to admit the fact that we'd lost and that the title race could be over. Obviously, today's results, everybody knows it's definitely over. So Champions League, if we can do it, yep. But that's my feeling for now. We'll carry on afterwards.
We'll talk about the Champions League in a bit.
Yeah.
Mark, go on then. Well, how are you feeling?
A bit like seeing a Champions League. Fuck, we've got more chance of winning under 15 cup than us winning the Champions League. Pile of shit by the club, as always, and yeah, we'll get into it. And with that, I'm actually probably the same point to see me. Acceptance.
Say it as you see it, Mark, I guess.
Yeah, acceptance. It's over and the club have failed me again.
Daniel, just how you feeling, bro?
It's written all over my face. Deflated.
yeah.
Tired. Angry. Every sad adjective you can think about, that's how I'm feeling at the moment. And the defeat of Manchester City today just encapsulates everything into me, and I feel so sad. I'm still surprised I can see smiles on your faces, and the smiles on your faces make me want to smile too. But Arsenal, nah.
I feel your pain, but genuinely, bro, I feel your pain. So right, let's get the housework out of the way. Let's put it this way. Please give us a like, please give us a share, and please hit the notification button. Whatever platform you're watching on, come and join us on YouTube and join in the chat. Mark seems to have a fan already, but we'll cover that in a second. Evening, Emerson. Thank you for joining us. You were with us today with the hate along. It was an absolute brilliant chat we had this afternoon. Mark's got a fan, probably the only one. Say hello, Mark. Be polite. SB, thank you for the support.
I don't know why Mark is getting other love. I don't know why Mark is getting other love.
Oh no, I
was got that. See on the watch along, there was a girl that came in and she was giving me love hearts and everything.
Emmy, got a number one fan. You've got a groupie. Yeah. Mark gets it because he pays people, Daniel. That's what it is. He's like, okay, so we've got some topics to cover tonight, but we might as well start at the bad thing. We might as well start with the Arsenal game. I'm going to go opposite way around this time, guys. Daniel, give us your thoughts on the Arsenal game from Saturday, please, mate.
Oh, the Arsenal game on Saturday just showed us exact reason why we are not going to win the league, and the exact reason why people like me lost hope like a few weeks ago. Because if you watch that game, there's no way we're scoring, and I don't want to pick up blame and start blaming one of those players or the manager, because I know where the blame should go to. I know who to call out when I see performance like that, where I see players like Ryan Sterling trying to take a free kick for Arsenal in the 7-8 minutes. I know who the blame is going to go to. Where 18 years old boy is given a red card, I know who the blame is to be shifted to. I'm not going to come here and start calling out Miles Lewis Kelly. I'm not going to come out and start calling Mikel Arteta or any of those players, for instance, because I know where the blame lies, and I know the reason why we're not going to win the league this season. And it's so sad that fans all over the world, match-going fans, the ones watching on the screen, dedicate their lives, dedicate their time, dedicate their money, commitment wholeheartedly to this club. And the people who are supposed to look after this club do not do that. So it's so sickening for me, because I come on this show every week with lovely people, with lovely friends who love Arsenal. go to games, after coming from the games, still come on podcasts with their time to talk about the thing they love most. And I find it so heartbreaking that the people who owns this club, who are supposed to be happy about this club, are the ones suffering, which is us, the fans, because the fans actually own this club, not the Cronky. We own this club, but we're suffering from the heartbreak and disappointment this team gives us almost like every week now. And the game on Saturday didn't really tell anything other than what we already know before. And I believe a lot of you here on this podcast and a lot of Arsenal fans watching feel the same way too.
Okay, bro. Mark, go ahead. Your turn.
I don't like this, Daniel, because we're going to agree, and I'm looking for an argument. My frustration's still not fucking. So I don't like that at all. But no, I've got to agree with Daniel 100%. It's disgusting. People mentioned January transfer window and the fact that Mikel came out and the players came out and said we need help. January was too late. We were 2 points off Man City last season. We took it to the wire, first time in 20 odd years. And what did you do? You done fuck all, Cronkies. So I'm going to swear a lot tonight, and apologies to Seema, but the swearing is going to be there a lot tonight. I'm so frustrated. And I'm frustrated in many aspects. But one of them is, at the moment, and it would be like that on social media, but my manager's getting attacked. My manager's getting attacked for the shit show that's on that picture this moment in time. Well, these American owners are all sitting over there, fucking in the best, luxurious place they could ever be, protected from all the fucking shit that happens at Arsenal Football Club. Well, I can tell you, Cronkies, and I know you're not watching, but I'm telling you, I am not buying the kits this season. I will never be back in that shop whatsoever to buy one more piece of merch while these bastards are in charge of my club. And I'm disgusted. And this is not a head loss because of yesterday's result. This is a head loss because while they were doing their power struggle, these bastards lynched my fucking manager, my best manager in the world, out of my football club, turned the whole fan base with pitchforks to the Emirates to take out Arsene Wenger. Now, they're way to do the same for Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta and Wenger have got one thing in common. Both of them are there as a shield for the fucking Cronkies. So that yesterday shit show, I don't know where the next goal's coming from. I do not know where it's coming from. And I'm being serious. Set pieces have dried up. Forwards, we don't have any. We've got Raheem Sterling off the bench. Seriously, send this kid away to fuck. Get him back on Man City. Chelsea. Get him back now. Just kick him out of the football club. We could drop out the top four. And this is not a head loss because of yesterday's result. These are facts. Absolute facts. And I'm like, honestly, Des, I love this club. I'll be at every Arsenal game I can, and I will stand. I was in Newcastle, and I stayed 2-0 down from the first leg, 2-0 down in the second leg. I stayed to that last minute, and I applauded, and I sang my fucking heart out for that team, and I'll do it again, and I'll do it again, and I'll do it again, because I love my football club. But I'll tell you, Cronkies, no more money for me. No more money from me. You're done.
So, did you want to give some thoughts on the game at all?
Oh, sorry, I didn't do any of that, did I?
Bro, you were doing so well. I just thought I've got to let you go.
Yeah.
Could we please have your thoughts on the game?
I thought that Trossard had a good game. It was one of Trossard's better starts being back on the left, and he was really good. Ethan, I thought, was very quiet. He was up against a 19-year-old. I probably would have expected more from Ethan a bit, but there was an instance where Odegaard went to the right, and then Ethan got to just run the pitch. He went over to the left, and you can see the magic coming from Ethan, which was good. Thomas Partey in stages looked decent. Rhea, didn't have anything to do but pick the ball out in the net really, but concentration levels were there. Saliba was absolute dog shit. I would have given him a 1 performance and I wanted him to fuck out my football club.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
ASAP.
We will
Yeah,
talk about
no,
that.
this is my thoughts on the game, so I'll just,
Let's
I'm laying the foundations. Out with that, we didn't look threatening in any kind of way. We could have still been playing today or this time and still wouldn't have scored. You could have given Arsenal 8 penalties yesterday and we probably wouldn't have scored. So yeah, and Daniel topped it up brilliantly. Raheem Sterling standing up to take a free kick. What the fuck? Bro, honestly, I'm in my 40s and I could have took a better fucking free kick in this muppet. He can't take a penalty, never mind the free kick. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? So overall, delighted with the performance, gutted by the result, and Arsenal, chap on. Thank you very much.
Seema, can you follow that? Your thoughts on the match?
I'm lost. I'm seriously lost. No, seriously, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Sterling, so I really couldn't understand. But okay, let's go back to the beginning first. Right, the game in general. Yeah, it was a shit show. It's I think it was a collective. All 11 players were awful. You know, I mean, if one or two stood out, I think Partey stood out for me and Trossard stood out for me. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Martin Skelly got his red card. You know, how dare VAR send the ref to the monitor? Come on. You know, how much, you know.
It wasn't Michael Oliver, though, was it? So if
it wasn't.
Oliver, he wouldn't have gone to the monitor. He would have said, the monitor where the sun don't shine. So please carry on.
Yeah. And also, I mean, there just wasn't any consistency to the game. And I think this time round, Dubai did not do them any favors. They haven't played a game for 14 days, literally. And you come back and you can't even turn up. That is exactly, and I'm not saying it's me. Every person that came out of that final whistle and was sat inside was feeling exactly the same. And there was a lot more people in there and they were all driving. And I could hear the conversations going in each cubicle. And they were all saying the same thing.
Was that the men's?
Sorry?
Was that the men's cubicle?
Oh, we've gone there, have we? Oh, Lord. Seema.
I'm so sorry, but Thierry Henry was not present.
Tell him, Seema. Tell him. Right, Seema.
Checked.
Seema, you know what it is? He only winds you up about that because he's jealous. He would have.
I know. He's just jealous.
Yeah, he wants to be in the cubicle of Thierry Henry.
No,
I do. I would have took that photo.
You need to read what I sent you.
Yeah. So, guys, my thoughts on it. Right? Sorry, Seema, had you finished? I apologise. I thought you finished.
No, the bottom line is they did it again. It's West Ham done it again. Only got themselves to blame this time, and you could tell all the heads were down. You know, at that final whistle. And no, why the bloody hell is Odegaard giving Sterling to take that freaking free kick?
Yeah, I agree. Mark brought it up, and I'm sure Daniel will speak about it as well if he wants to. You know what I mean? Right. Okay. Right. So watch along. Right. I'm optimistic, but I knew West Ham was going to be hard.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm optimistic. I'm going into this going, 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah. Because I thought kudos threat. It was a threat. Bowen is always a threat.
Always.
So I thought they had one goal in them. Yeah. We started off quite well. But we don't like a low block, do we?
No.
We didn't have the right players on the pitch for a low block. You mentioned about it yesterday, Mark. You hate the low block, don't you? You know. For me, it's just I don't know. We just haven't. It's just all it's done is accentuate. We didn't buy anybody in January. We haven't got the squad depth. Yeah. For me, Trossard was the best out of a bad bunch. I'm going to give Marino some flowers as well because he was actually trying to score. Mm-hmm. And I feel sorry for the kids. I really do, because I think they've been put in a very, very difficult position due to circumstances, not due to choice, but due to circumstances.
Yeah.
We were missing vital. I mean, we had 5 defenders on the bench yesterday.
Yeah.
5 defenders. Yeah. What are you going to do with defenders? Yeah. I mean, Mark's got this weird notion, which we'll probably talk about in a minute, about putting Gabriel up front. Yeah. But they broke us. West Ham broke us.
Yeah.
And you could see it in the players. Odegaard, what is going on, bro? There's no killer passes from Odegaard anymore. He's doing all this little dinky tippy tappy stuff, right? And I love the guy. He's my favourite player. But he takes up one too many more touches now, and where he should be shooting. Shoot from outside. You are allowed, guys, Arsenal players, if you ever watch this, right? You are allowed to shoot from outside the box. Yeah, you're allowed to do that. Yeah, take every opportunity that you can, right? And I've got to say, Leandro Trossard yesterday, right? He was trying.
Yeah.
But he's so much better on the wing. I said it in the watch along. He's so much better on the wing than he is down the middle. Yeah.
Yes. For goodness sake, Ben White came on and bloody shot from outside the box.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
He was only on the bloody pitch for 5 minutes.
He was. Yeah, I agree. But there's no positives you can really take, because Skelly gets sent off, right? Skelly gets sent off. It's a stonewall red card. Yeah. I made a point earlier. It might have made it worse because of the position Rayo was in, but I don't think it really makes a difference.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. You've got Ethan going off with cramp. Yeah. Which I'm quite glad it's cramp. Hopefully cramp. Yeah. I hope it's cramp as well, Daniel.
Yeah.
The only positive from yesterday, right? And I'm just trying to lighten it up a bit here for a second.
Yeah.
Was Reyes Cruyff turn, and then back healing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you're saying that's the only positive from the game, that tells you everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The only positive for me yesterday is seeing Ben White back on the pitch.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was. I've got to agree, Daniel. That was cool.
For me, that's the only positive I can.
But I've got to say, Mark, I'm going to segue into this. The WhatsApp group comment that you made about Saliba. Can you expand on it, please?
Yes, I can. Since Saliba, the Madrid links have came out for Saliba, he's been dog shit. For me, I think his head's turned 100%, and his head's already in Madrid. And I believe that's happening. I've not got a problem with it. There's 2 years left on his contract, so Arsenal will be able to make some money out of it. I'm quite happy with that. I'd prefer that to happen now than Madrid come in 2 years' time and take him on a free. We can't afford for that to happen. So if Madrid are going to play maximum money, on you go. But for me, I think his head's turned. He's been on our shit. The goal that they scored yesterday, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice were definitely at fault, 1,000,000%. However, in defence to that, Saliba was standing. There was only one West Ham player coming into the box. Saliba being the right-sided defender is looking straight at the cross coming in. He can see Bowen, he can see the ball, and he stood there and he done absolute jack shit. And Saliba normally would mop that up like there's no tomorrow. He would mop that up. I already think he's gone. I think he's agreed to join Madrid. I don't think Arsenal are in talks for a new contract, etc. I think within the next month or two, it's going to come out that he's going to Madrid. I think he's already agreed.
Are you the new ITK, Mark?
I don't have to be, Daniel. I'm an Arsenal fan with an opinion, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And this is my opinion. I'm not an ITK. Not at all. It's my opinion. But what I'm seeing on the pitch and the receipts that I'll use, Daniel, is his performances. He's went from performing at 100 level down to, I would say, about 30%. And that's been over the last 5 games. And that coincides with the Madrid links.
Rumours.
So rumours, okay. Rumours, let's call them rumours. But it's coincided with it. So a player that's always performing at 100%, giving his all, even if he makes one mistake, he'll make 200 things happen within a game. He strolls games. The last 5 games, he's been utter shit.
But to counter to your argument, Mark, if I'm a player and Madrid is looking out for me, do you think I want to put out a shit performance, or I want to play at my best to make Madrid look really that I'm really serious with that move?
Okay, what I would do if that was the case, Daniel, is I would protect my body and make sure I didn't pick up an injury and make sure the deal went ahead. That's what Saliba's done.
Yeah, but I can see Daniel's point, Mark, that you wouldn't want to play bad because they may go, do you know what, we're having second thoughts.
I think he's just putting 30% of what his capabilities are. I'm not saying not he's 100% bad. I'm saying he's given 30% commitment. I watch all my players. For me, he's put 30% commitment in. And if he picks up an injury now, he could be out for the rest of the season and Madrid don't come in for him.
Do you really think he's only putting 30% in?
Yes.
I think he's exaggerated.
Say again?
I think he's exaggerated.
I'm not exaggerating. If you go and watch his last 5 performances, he's been utter shit. Watch him. Man City.
Or last night's performance where West Ham were better than us. Then what?
Right, what about Man City? Ball comes over, cross. Man City are dog shit. Ball comes across. I think it was Savio crosses the ball. Haaland gets in front of Saliba, not for the first time, headers it into an empty net. You tell me when that's ever happened to Saliba.
Haaland was quicker than Saliba, put it that way.
Yeah,
I'm not taking Saliba's side, but what I'm saying is there's always 2 sides to a story. And that judgment at that moment just cost us. That's what it was.
The same player, Saliba's standing. So I'll counter you here, see, man. Both players are standing. Saliba's sleeping. Haaland comes in, free header, goal. It was always going to be a goal. The same fixture at the Emirates last season. Haaland is in full running. Saliba's stationary, sees it happening, runs all the way across to the halfway line, smashes Haaland, and he bounces Haaland off his body and go gets the ball. So don't tell me that this is the difference I'm telling you guys.
That's a difference. That's a difference because that's what happened in the fixtures at the Emirates recently. Haaland coming from the back of Saliba, was coming from the blind side, knowing fully well Saliba was stationed, like waiting for the ball. Haaland came into the front and headed the ball. The other incident you're talking about last season was a true ball. 2 of them were going for the ball, and Saliba bashed. That's a different.
Saliba was standing. Haaland was a real pellet. Saliba got there, knocked him off the ball. When have you seen Saliba can concede that space to a defender where he gets a free header inside your box? The only thing I can tell you, Mark, is that players are allowed to have deep in form. Players are allowed to have a bad day. In Saliba defense, in the whole of the Arsenal team, in the last 5 games, which of this player can you say has been consistent in the last 5 games? Which player can you pinpoint and say this player has been consistent in the last 5 games? Declan Rice, Gabriel,
2,
Rhea, Timber, Merciless Skelly.
Oh, but you can't because
Thomas Partey, Rice, Miles. That wasn't Miles' fault.
No. He got sent off yesterday. So you can't say he's been consistent for 5 games if he got sent off yesterday.
No, he has been consistent.
You can't say Declan Rice. You can't say Declan Rice is being consistent when Declan Rice was actually at the fort for yesterday goal because Declan Rice watched Bowen make that run. Was even watching him. Declan
Rice has made so Declan made 1 mistake, but most of the Arsenal players have been
that mistake cost us the 3 points yesterday. That mistake actually cost us the 3.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
That didn't cost us. That didn't cost us.
Were you not watching the cameras, Mark? When Declan got taken off, he slammed his shoe on the ground. He knew that he'd effed up.
But that didn't cost us the 3 points. He did fuck up.
Collectively,
Partey fucked
the
up.
whole team cost us 3 points.
Thomas Partey did. So did Declan
Oh, and
Rice.
by the way, do you know what the West Ham fans were singing all bloody game? Second again. Ole, ole, ole. Oh, we're not bottom of the league this time. We're just coming second every time.
Well, hopefully we do get second, but I can't see that happening. Daniel, where we lost the 3 points yesterday, bro, we would have lost 2 straight off because we couldn't score.
That's
we couldn't score. So we didn't lose because they scored. We lost 1 point. We lost 1 point because they scored.
Easy, Tigers, easy.
Man, we defeated Leicester City last week because we head on to a clean sheet and the players found the energy to score at the dying minute of the game. If that goal hadn't come, I believe same thing that happened in the Leicester game would have happened again, because probably from one place or the other, from set piece, anywhere a goal would have come. But now we are chasing the game without a striker. So you understand where I'm coming from. If the game was still goalless draw as at 70, 80th minute, you still believe that Arsenal would have won that game, right or wrong?
No, Arsenal couldn't score in the fucking brothel, bro.
The thing is, we did have the first 20, 25 minutes of the game yesterday. We had the most possession.
We can't. I'll got just 1 second, guys. Can I just say good evening to JP?
Yeah.
And his comment: in search of new striker, would you take Jonathan David as a free transfer? And he's gone with that blooming. I reckon this is a made-up name, mate. Matthias Van de Junkie. And he says something else as well. But anyway,
I'd rather play as a top 9 for Arsenal at the moment than take anyone.
Right, okay. He also says that Gabriel's been the better centre back this season. So, you know, 100%. Right, guys. Let me throw something in. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to give the host's opinion on something here. Sorry about that. Mark, you're entitled to your opinion. That's cool. Daniel, you've always got a chance to come back. I get that. But for me, I don't think Saliba's playing at 30%. He's done more for the club than he's done bad. What else can I put in here?
Credit in the bank.
Yeah, he's got more than enough credit in the bank. We beat ourselves yesterday. I tell you now, West Ham beat us because they scored, but we actually beat ourselves. Because once that goal went in, we just heads were down, everything wasn't the same. Martin Odegaard needs to shave that silly little beard he's got going on.
For sure.
You know, but Mark, you say about Saliba, but as I said, he's done more good for the club than he has bad, right? I know how you're feeling. I get how you're feeling, but it's not just on one player. It's not just on one player. It's a team thing. But as I've said,
listen, I'm not attacking my players. Sorry, I'm not meaning to speak over top of you. I'm not attacking my players. I'm just saying, Saliba's already on his way to Madrid. That is it. I don't blame the players for this scenario.
I think he's professional enough not to do that.
To be honest, Mark, there's a saying, isn't it? Don't believe it until you see the thing.
Yeah,
don't believe it until you see the contract signed, mate.
I'll be smug when it happens.
You're my. Well, then you can be. That's absolutely fine. You're my friend, but I'm just saying to you, don't jump too quick because he hasn't signed anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all rumours.
Go ahead, Simon. Go ahead.
They're all rumours.
Yeah.
Mr. Fabriziano, whatever his name is, has he put it out there yet? No. But what he did put out an hour ago was that the title race is over.
Well, it is. Let's be honest. Yeah. It is.
So if he breaks it, hey, God forbid, it can be a lie.
But there were other players yesterday, Mark, in fairness.
Yeah.
There was other players yesterday on that pitch that didn't do their job properly. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, yeah, there was, but I blame again. I'm not going to sit here and slag the players off. We don't have enough attacking options, and we are still dominating possession. But we can see the chance at this moment in time. The defence is pushing so far up because I have to help the attack, and we're open to transition. That is just my personal opinion to it. So I'm not going to sit here and slate the players. I'm bringing this up about Saliba because this, again, I see his head's turned. I see it's gone. He's gone to Madrid. And that's why the only reason I'm picking up. And Lewis Kelly, he had no choice. If Lewis did not make that tackle yesterday, Arsenal 2-0 down.
He took one for the team, but it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
In fairness, though,
it
wouldn't have made a difference if Kudos had scored.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, it would have been 2-0 down, and that would have been the game over with 11. So you may as well try and get a point out of it with 10. And Lewis done that, and I don't blame him in the slightest. He had one bad touch. Lewis over the. Sorry, Lewis. Why am I saying Lewis? Miles Lewis Kelly. Miles normally plays absolutely brilliant, and it was one bad touch. So I'm not going to come on a podcast and give a negative opinion regarding him. Party, Rice, yeah, I think there was a bit of ball watching there. I'm not going to sweat them. These guys give 100% every single game. These players are trying so hard. They're trying to give everything to the football club.
And
100%.
That's the reason I'm upset with you calling out William Saliba at the moment, because
That's fine.
No, excuse me, because if you believe that these players are giving out the 100%, then you should also have the decorum to understand that the players sometimes can have a dip in form and understand that, okay, probably they are not at the best. Not putting speculation out there because Madrid link. Do you think this is the first time Madrid link is coming out for William Saliba? Absolutely not. This is not the first time we've seen Saliba link with Real Madrid. When even before Kylian Mbappe went to Real Madrid, we've been having link of Saliba going to Real Madrid. But you have to understand that the team at the moment is suffering. This Arsenal team are suffering because the owners of this club are not taking good care of the club. So understand the fact that it's not pinpointing one player as the reason why we are shit this season. We are shit this season because of negligence. That's what I'm getting at you, because I don't think you should be calling out William Saliba and saying he's off to Real Madrid where there's no evidence. There's no even a bid from Real Madrid. So why, Mark?
Just listen, there's not been a bid from Real Madrid because it's at this moment in time. We know the way football works and transfers work. The first thing that will happen is the club will contact the agent, there'll be conversations, and then it'll go. Once they get full agreement with the player and they could get full agreement with the whole entourage, then they'll approach Arsenal at the correct time to say, we're coming in for William Saliba. William Saliba already knows this. I'm saying Arsenal Football Club at this moment in time won't know this.
Don't forget, William Saliba is negotiating for a new contract. And
Arsenal are negotiating for a new contract, not William Saliba.
Arsenal negotiating a new contract with an alien or with William Saliba?
They're talking. They're giving.
They're talking with a player, and the player know for them to get
mate. Daniel, you're far too intelligent for this. Couldn't you just done the exact same thing to Wales? However, he signed a new contract, got a better deal. But it's agents using teams.
So if you now are agreeing that agents use teams to get a better contract for their clients, so why are you saying his head is in Madrid? Why don't you look at it in the way that William Saliba is trying to get a better deal for Arsenal? Because trying to get better payment, better salary, and better.
Because I've explained it, Daniel. I've explained this, right, and I'll make my point very clear. Come on, mate, you're a very intelligent guy. I'll make my point very clear. If William Saliba was trying to get 300k, just let's pull a number off, 300k a week at Arsenal Football Club, and prove to Arsenal I'm worth 300k, he'd be performing on the pitch. He's not interested, bro. He's already in Madrid.
Come on, Mark. Come on. You can't use a sample of 4 or 5 games as a yardstick to tell me that the player head is. What has this guy been doing for this club for the past 2-3 seasons? Why not use that? Why not use the huge heat map from 2 to 3 seasons? You're using only 5 match sample to say William Saliba is no longer doing his best at the club.
for the last 2 to 3 seasons, Daniel, he was trying to get in the French squad.
William Saliba was our best. William Saliba was our best defender last season and the season before. We lost the league immediately. William Saliba got injured. So I don't understand why you're using a 5-game sample as an excuse to tell me that William Saliba, his head is in Madrid.
I'm okay to come back on that.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, go.
Without you interrupting us, because I'm being respectful to you and let you talk, so don't do it with me, but all right. The last 2-3 seasons, William Saliba is trying to establish himself as an Arsenal first teamer. He's done that. He's also established himself into the French side. He's done that. Over the last 5 games, small sample size that you're saying that I'm using, it comes down to one specific thing. 5 weeks ago, the link came out with Madrid. Since then, he's been shit.
2 weeks ago in Dubai, Mikel Arteta came out and said that William Saliba was ready to play as a striker because Kai Havertz got injured. Does that tell a player that wants to leave the club? A player who is a defender who is willing to play as a striker because the striking position, we have a problem there. William Saliba was the first to put up his hand that told the manager, I'm going to play as a striker. Why? Because he loves this club. He wants to prove this club that he wants this club to be at the best. Not because his head is in Madrid. If he wants his head in Madrid, I don't think he's going to come to the manager and tell the manager he's going to play as a top 9.
I don't understand one thing, right? Your logic, Mark. The fact that why would Saliba not want to play well for Arsenal and then go to Real Madrid and they say, well, what the fuck? Look how he's playing over there. Why do we want him here?
Because Real Madrid already know that he's a world-class player. Because
he's fallen off the bandwagon. He's got still, how many more games? 11?
13 more games, isn't it?
So how many?
13.
13 more games. If he plays like shit, why would they want a player that's played 15 games like crap? Why? Nobody would. Why would they spend all that money? Maybe he's just having a little bit, maybe he had a cold. Maybe he had the flu. Maybe he wasn't well enough. Maybe West Ham just outsmarted us.
Maybe make a lot of
that one game, the previous game we won 2-0.
By the skin of our teeth, though, Seema,
Maybe, but Marina comes on and we win is a win.
No, I get that.
Skin of our teeth is still a win.
I've got a question, Mark, actually. Who came out with this? Who actually came out and said there's links with Saliba and
it came out, there was a Spanish outlet.
A Spanish outlet. That kind of just smashes what you're saying, bro.
Yeah.
Does it?
Okay. Yeah, because the club haven't come out and said it.
All right, okay. So
no. Wait 1 second. So I haven't actually finished my question because you gave me the answer about a Spanish connection, yeah? And you can come back as soon as I've finished, right? You would believe a Spanish outlet over the club? That's my question.
Okay.
You would
good to go?
Yeah, of course. That's the question. You would actually believe a Spanish outlet over the club?
When have you ever heard a manager or a club come out and talk about a player that's not signed for that club? It doesn't happen. So the last people to speak about a player is the club or the manager of that club until the player is actually within their premises. So that demolishes that statement right there. Real Madrid are never going to come up and say, we want Saliba. I believe through the sources that came out, it's one very well connected to Real Madrid. And also, I can't remember the name of it, but I checked major outlets with this. It went everywhere. It went viral. But one of the outlets that have came out and said it are very, very well connected to Real Madrid. And the second point, just to back this up, could you name me the 2 defenders that played for Real Madrid against City in the Champions League?
What's his name? Rudiger, Mendy, Valverde. And who was the last person? I can't remember the last.
Well, make your point, Mark.
Two central midfielders. 2 central midfielders played at the heart of Real Madrid's defence. That was against City. They're also having to do it in La Liga. They don't have any defensive options. they are going to be signing Galacticos in defence
Alaba is
this
back.
season. Eh?
Alaba is back. Alaba is back.
Alaba. Is he? But that's one. But they're so lacking in defenders that's where all the priority is this season. So whereabout do you think, if you're going for defenders, why would you not go for some of the best defenders in Europe?
And they have this young centre back coming. I've forgotten his name, Asensio, or if I'm mistaken. They have a new young centre back who played the first leg. I think he was the one that played alongside Rudiger. The young centre back. I've forgotten his name. Asensio, yes, Asensio, that's his name.
Can I just say, I'm Googling this stuff about William Saliba, and the earliest the news on the rumours are 4 months ago. Why are you bringing it up now, Mark?
The rumours.
4 months ago was, hang on a minute. End of October.
Okay. The rumours probably started then, but they came out in January.
There were discussions going on amongst other podcasts.
Can I just say
people will speculate, because people will speculate.
No, these are
But
like,
in January, one of the major Spanish outlets have came out and said,
okay, did the
he is a
Italians say
priority.
it?
Guys, can I just say something quick? We have to accept that Mark also could be right, because we've got nothing to come back at him to say otherwise.
No, we haven't.
You know what I mean?
I'm just stating that these rumours came out 4 months ago.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's fair. That's cool. But all I'm saying is Mark is going to defend his corner, because that's the kind of person he is. And at the end of the day, this isn't a knock against you either. This is just pointing something out, right? You are like a dog in a corner, and you'll scratch and bite until you don't have to anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have to sit here listening to this, right? And I have to accept that you could be right.
Could be.
The word is though could.
Could.
The word is.
Could.
The word. The word is. The word is could.
And that's 0.02% could. Could.
Okay. Can I bookmark that 0.02%?
On BTC?
No, I'm bookmarking it for you, because I'm coming straight for you when he says for Real Madrid.
You know what, Mark? If and when it happens, right, it's going to be the best Big Sunday show ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what? You're going to have the right to say, right, you guys got egg on.
I told you so.
I told you so. Fair
Absolutely.
play. I get that. But the way we're talking about it is as if Saliba is Saliba. Sorry, it's because you begin with S. I'm sorry. Saliba is a problem. I don't think he's a problem.
No.
I don't want him to.
Not at all.
I don't want him to be a problem. I don't think he's a problem. And you would still keep him at the team if he signed a contract, would you not?
Of course I would.
There you go.
Of course I would.
Is there any more points you want to make before we move on to something else? Have you missed anything out? Have you covered everything that you want to cover about Saliba?
Yeah. No, I love the player.
Yeah.
I absolutely love him, and I'm gutted.
You're just not happy with the way he's playing at the moment, am I right?
Yeah, I'm very, very unhappy, and I think it's because of the Real Madrid links that his head's turned, and it's affecting his performances.
Right, so as a comparison to Saliba, and before I come back to you guys, is there anybody else that's upsetting you in the club? As much as Saliba? Yeah. Is there anybody else, any other player in the team at the moment that is upsetting you as much as Saliba is?
Yeah, Sterling.
Right, yeah, I know that. All right, but he's going to be gone anyway. We're not going to keep him, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you mind if I'm... Go on.
Yeah, no, you can move on. No, they don't let other people or the crackers. But you can move on.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know it will be more of Arsenal to keep Sterling than to let Sterling go?
Oh, no, 100%.
Daniel. Oh,
Daniel?
It will be the Arsenal team to keep Ryan Sterling than to let him go.
Yes.
Arsenal can do that.
Yes, I know, but he's going to go back, Daniel. We should not keep this man.
We don't need him.
We don't need. Well,
we are
seriously, come on. What does he do when he gets on the pitch?
We are talking as a fan, right?
Yeah.
4 of us, we can agree as a fan. And 4 of us, we all agree as a fan that we needed a striker this January. Or we needed an attacking player this January.
How many goals has he scored?
No, I'm just saying something.
One against Bolton.
I'm just saying something. We can agree. We can all have that opinion that Sterling is not needed at the club. But if those people up there in the boardroom decide to keep Sterling, what are we going to do?
There's nothing we can do.
There's got to be a clause in there where we're not paying him.
But in fairness, Daniel, right? And Mark, come in on this if you want to, Seema, obviously, yeah. You say Arsenal, it's the Arsenal thing to keep him, right? Let's just say we're the four board members, right? In the office. You're watching him play, right? We've watched him play every week. I can categorically say that if we were having a meeting on whether we keep Sterling or not, my vote would be no. Anyone with an ounce of sense, their vote would be send him back to Chelsea.
Yeah.
You agree, guys?
But you put in the clause in the contract.
No, I just wanted to say something. You remember Arsenal signed Kim Castrom in a January transfer window with an injury. So it would be more of Arsenal team to decide, okay, what do we do? Okay, if Sterling can take probably a pay cut and decide to take 100K a week, we can take him and keep him as one of the bodies in the team. It would be more of Arsenal team to do. But I'm not banking on that because, in my opinion, as an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't even let Sterling get into the building at the moment.
I don't think Sterling would take a pay cut either, mate, to be honest with you.
No,
he believes in his own what's the word I'm looking for? His own hype. He believes in his own hype. So he wouldn't take a pay cut. He wouldn't.
Do you know what's funny? I just want to touch on the one thing and bring Seaman on it. The Bolton game was the most. Both of these points are linked. The Bolton game was such a magical night for Seaman. Once you got to see Raheem Sterling score a goal, and she also got to meet me.
Oh God!
So that's the first point. But the second point is also the second point I would also like to put in there is Raheem Sterling is a League One player. You shouldn't be anywhere near.
Oh, you've
like
got a box. I tell you what, you've got a box of fireworks tonight, haven't you? You have.
It's all about Mark show.
It's not about me. I'll go and mute.
Really?
No. You've got a box of fireworks tonight, Mark, and you're lighting them all, bro. And that's cool. Seema, what was it like to meet Mark? Just spend the 30 seconds if you can. If you can make it last 30 seconds. How good was it to meet Mark?
Give me a minute.
A minute to think about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Right, anyway, I'm going to move the show on, right?
What are you talking about?
I forgot myself. Don't worry, I forgot. Right, I'm going to move.
Seema.
Got my own back.
That's a blow below the bed. Seema.
I'm going to move it on to the next. I'm going to move it on to the next one, and you're going to love this one, guys.
Okay.
Mike, did you write this book, Mike? Are you the writer of this book? Yes.
Did you buy it?
The what?
The stuff don't have.
Mark, if it's your book, you've
I'm not giving a FUs.
Yeah, Mark, if you've wrote that book, you've sold a copy, mate.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Right, I'm going to move the show on now, guys.
Just before you move it on, send it back over to me, Daniel. I'll sign it for you.
I'm not sending shit, bro.
Right, I'm going to move it on. This has actually been inspired to me from Seema yesterday.
Okay.
When she was on a train coming home, and she had to sit next to a rather intoxicated gentleman, yeah, and he basically turned around and said, "If you're not, correct me if I'm wrong, Seema, fill in the gaps if I go wrong, yeah. If you're not Arteta out, you're not a true Arsenal fan."
Yeah, that's
so.
what he said.
I think we need to talk about this, guys. Right? I'm not Arteta. Hands up, all those who are not Arteta out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Say that again.
No.
Hands up, all those who are not Arteta out. Yeah. Right. So we're not true Arsenal fans.
No.
Okay. So right, I want to talk about this, and this might take quite a while, so I don't mind. Here we go. Seema, your thoughts on it? Kick us off, mate.
Well, what I did was I turned my back to that bloke,
and
that was my thought on it.
Undertucked, Mark.
So,
I mean, the blood. I mean, I'm talking in context. That's what I would do to anybody who said to me, "Hey, you're not an Arteta fan. because you don't want him out?
Well, I've got a better way of asking the question, actually.
Go on then.
What is your definition of and this is to all three of you, not being an Arsenal fan? In your own words, I'll start with you, Seema. If you're not an Arsenal fan, why would that be, basically?
Well, you don't support the team through and through. Through.
So Arteta is part of that.
You will criticize anything and everything without context. Without context.
Basically, you'd be Mark, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, in a nutshell.
I'm only joking. Mark, what does it mean to you if someone turns around to you and says you're not an Arsenal fan?
Very well, because I love Arsenal, and I really don't give a flying fuck what they say and what they don't say. Yeah. I put a tweet out today saying, "Boss, I'll stand beside you and I'll stand on this hill and die with you." The KSC out. I stand very firm on that. And the abuse I've taken on it regarding the manager, that I'm is the same as what Seema faced. I can leave the football club along with them. I've got a small mentality, like all the normal jargon that comes out. Arteta's done a brilliant job at this football club. He dug us back out the trenches, and we were in the trenches before he came in. The guy's obsessed with the football club, every detail, every single thing that he could do. And when my manager comes out and he says in press conferences, "We need help," there's only one set of people to blame, and that's certainly not him, and it's certainly not the players either.
Okay, Daniel, what's it mean to you if someone turned around to you and say you're not a real Arsenal fan or a true Arsenal fan? What does that mean to you?
Just sit with me for the last 24 hours and tell me if I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I know, but can you expand on it a bit more for me, mate?
Yeah, because I don't think anybody can question my love for Arsenal.
Without doubt, mate. Without doubt.
At the end of the day, I breathe, work, eat this football club, everything. Mike, you're asking me something about my girl's birthday yesterday. I told you we didn't go out yesterday because of Arsenal. Because I wanted to watch Arsenal play, and Arsenal losing yesterday shattered every plan because I wasn't in the mood.
Daniel, can I ask you a question? How is your ex-girlfriend?
Now then,
same as yours, Mark.
I don't have. Funny enough, I don't have ex-girlfriend.
Daniel, carry on, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, like what I'm saying, like you can really question my love for Arsenal because at the end of the day, I leave this club true and true. I sweat for this club. I sacrifice for this club.
Yeah.
When Arsenal go to the US to play pre-season, I wake up sometimes after 3, after 2 in the middle of the night. Sometimes when I used to go, I don't go to church because Arsenal are playing football match. As a former youth president of my church, I was a former youth president. Normally, our youth meetings are supposed to be on Wednesdays. When I became the president, I shifted the youth meetings to Fridays. Do you know why? Because I know Arsenal might have a game on Wednesday, and I don't want to jeopardize not going to the youth meeting because Arsenal are playing. So I had to move it. That's to show you how much I love this club and how much I'm dedicated to this club. So I don't think.
I was just going to say, someone calling someone you're not a true Arsenal fan is very flippant. Yeah.
I don't even know what that even means for you to tell somebody who is associated with a football club and tell the person you are not a true Arsenal fan. My question to the person, what do you mean by true Arsenal fan?
Well, that's what I'm asking you, because I know you're a true fan. I know all three of you are. So when that's what I'm trying to get to. When someone throws that question at you, oh, you're not Arteta out, so you're not a true Arsenal fan. I wanted to see how it made you feel. Do you know what I mean? It's because that's exactly how it makes me feel, right? For example, let me give you an example, right? A true Arsenal fan, like Mark, I'm going to be honest, right? Like Mark, I'm not going to be buying a kit next season because I don't want to be putting money in KSC's pocket, right? They could bring out the best kit they've ever seen. Mark's wearing one of the best kits that we've ever had. I like this kit that me and Seema are wearing, yeah? Right? They could bring out the best home kit.
What about mine?
Is it a kit? I can't see. It's a T-shirt. You see, you couldn't even bother to wear a kit. There you go. That's how
No,
depressed.
not a true Arsenal fan.
Hey, stop it. Right. Anyway, he's just trying to bait you, Daniel. He's trying to bait you.
I'm going to fall for it.
The point I'm trying to make is this, right? I won't buy a shirt because the other thing I'm fed up with, me and Seema and Mark and Daniel, you old enough to know, right? Back in the day, you had a home kit, you had an away kit, right? We are now getting 5 or 6 kits a season, right? I just think it's an absolute joke. And most of them now are just training kits. They're not even real kits.
Yeah.
They're training kits, right? So I don't want to be putting money in KSE's pocket. I'm a true fan, right? Because I tell you now, if I could get and watch every game, I would, right? And I noticed it yesterday. There was 10 minutes to go. I think we talked about this after the watch-along, Mark. 10 minutes to go and people were leaving the ground. Arsenal fans were leaving the ground, right?
Yep.
I guarantee you, if I was in that ground, whether we were winning 15-0 or losing 10-0, whatever the case may be, I would stay, right? Well, I'd probably even stay until they switch the lights off. Do you know what I mean? But I would stay until at least the players have walked off that pitch. Yeah?
Yep.
Situations call for that show whether you're a true Arsenal fan or not, right? And when they turn around and say, if you're Arteta out, you're not a true Arsenal fan, it's because they're trying to give them an excuse, trying to give themselves an excuse to be able to say that to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, guys?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Can I elaborate on this just slightly? And then, like, I'm going to be serious because I'm trying to have a bit of fun and a bit of debate tonight. But I'm going to be serious. This bit is like genuinely serious. I know people very close to me, very good close friends, that and this football club has saved their lives mentally. If it wasn't for this football club and being so dedicated to it, that it's actually saved their lives. There's people that are suffering various kinds of cancer. There's people that are suffering marriage breakups. There's people's lives that have mentally collapsed. There's people had real mental issues happening within their lives. It could be bereavements, it could be etc. And for another person to come out and say you're not a true Arsenal fan because you don't agree with their opinion, I've only one thing to say to you: you're more disconnected from this football club than I ever give you or anyone else credit for, and that is the truth. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are in London, you stay in London. It doesn't matter if you're a season ticket holder in whatever part of the stadium or what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're in Africa, if you're in America, if you're in Australia, you're in bloody Scotland, anywhere else in Europe. There's people that, like, this club means absolutely everything under the sun to. And like I said, speak to every one of you. And I don't have to agree with your opinion. But I would never genuinely come out and say you're not a true Arsenal fan. I've never said that word to anyone. You're not a true Arsenal fan. The only thing that I do use against these people that say that is you're a disconnected Arsenal fan. Because when I go around the Emirates, I could hear people talk about things that are not so good at the football club, things that are good at the football club. Not everybody agrees within there. But one thing is for sure, you do not support the club the way that you guys do, especially on social media, and people that just go to a pub to have a pint, that switch off tomorrow and not bother about Arsenal. I'm telling you, Daniel, I know for a fact, I know Daniel. This result will haunt Daniel for a couple of weeks. It will haunt Daniel for a couple of weeks because he knows the title's done. And it does haunt us as fans. So for me, I don't bother if you think I support Arsenal or not. I don't need your approval. It's up to you. But my comeback at you is you're disconnected. And hopefully one day you're able to go on a plane and actually visit the fucking stadium.
Yes, to just add to more what Mark had just said. Mark, you're 100% correct. You know, this evening before the show, I posted on my WhatsApp status. I said, "Thank you, Arsenal. It was nice while it lasted." I posted on my on my WhatsApp, and I got a lot of replies from my friends. Somebody was telling me that Arsenal is forever. Somebody sent me the message that I can't quit. This is your club. This is what you support. Someone was telling me, "Don't worry." You imagine that these are friends who knows me. So I don't think anybody who you don't know me personally, or you've never seen me watch an Arsenal game, you can't form the opinion that I'm not a true Arsenal fan, because I do not accept your opinion on a certain issues. We can all criticize whatever the club is doing in our own right, in our own understanding, but that does not make anyone a lesser Arsenal fans from the other. Not your location, not your affiliation, not how close you live close to the Emirates Stadium, or how far you live from the Emirates Stadium. We are all Arsenal fans. And if anyone tells me I'm not a true Arsenal fan, if I have the opportunity to punch a person, I'll do that.
Yeah, but just to clarify, my question wasn't saying that you're not.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, your question.
It just annoys me. It's a hook baiter. Yeah, you dealt with it okay yesterday, Seema. You could have. I'm going to swear, guys, but I'll keep it clean. You could have turned around to that guy yesterday, right? If you wanted to, and you could have said, "You know what, mate? F off."
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have, but you didn't. Right, and it's to get you on the hook and get it's a reaction maker. Yeah.
Is disrespectful for me? Is disrespectful?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what? It is disrespectful. And what pisses me off, and I'm going to back Seema. I'm not going to think it. Do you know what? I'm going to tell you something about Seema. Seema's the girl, right? Although she's got the privilege as a season ticket holder to go to all the home games.
Mark, is that the diamonds? No,
platinum. No, I'm not even putting a joke in on this one, right? Her season ticket is a bit more expensive than the normal season ticket, right? But Seema will turn up, even though she could go there game in, game out. She attends cup games. She's not one of these Arsenal fans that like go Saturday to Saturday, and when it's a Wednesday game, she'll sell her ticket off to someone. She's not that person. Although that she's been doing this for years and she's a season ticket holder, she still turns up to the Emirates 3 hours beforehand just to fucking experience the atmosphere, taking the surroundings, how much you love it. And honestly, Seema, I'm not an aggressive person, but if I had been on the train with you, I would have probably punched the guy. And I'm being serious. To
be a true Arsenal fan, just turned her back and said,
I don't want to talk to you no more. Yeah. But the thing is, that's what I'm trying to say, mate. It don't matter whether you buy the crappiest seat or the best seat going.
Exactly.
If you turn up game after game after game, you cannot be questioned. And the thing is, right?
But she even turns up like 3 hours before this, and this is the point I'm making. It's disgusting that anybody could actually.
I know that.
And you know what? People need to realise in life. Do you know something? And this is off of Seema's topic. It's nothing to do with Seema. See, when you say certain things to people, you really should watch. You do not know what that person's going through in life. So
exactly. No, yeah.
And whatever state that you're in, do you know what? Attack the opinion. I keep raising this. Don't attack the person. Don't attack, just attack the opinion. Go to Seema. Go back to Seema on the train. Why do you want Arteta? Let her explain to you, why do you want Arteta in? And then you can counter argument. No.
Did he actually speak to me thinking, she's a woman, she ain't going to know?
Possibly. That could have been part of it.
Because there was a lot of blokes on there, all wearing Arsenal shirts and stuff.
What I would have loved you to do, you didn't do, you dealt with it as you saw fit, right? And that can't be, that's commended. But I would have loved you to say, turn around to him and say, so what if I'm Arteta in? That's my choice. Or, at least give him something back. I would have loved that. Because end of the day, he's in the red block, let's say, as an argument, right? He's in the red block. You're up there in the platinum, right? Who's the better fan? Who is the better fan? No one is. You're both fans.
We're all the same.
Because it doesn't matter.
The same song.
Exactly. You all sing the same song. You all support the same players.
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't have this. I'm going to swear. We shouldn't have this crap divide.
No, we shouldn't.
It's absolute bollocks. And I'm sorry, I don't swear much, but
it's true. You're right.
Absolute bollocks.
Yeah.
Go on, Daniel. Go on.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to the level because of how we're performing. That's why people have that notion of if you're not going to criticize the manager, then you're not Arteta, then you're not an Arsenal fan.
Exactly. You're an Arteta fan. I get this sort of thrown in my face all the time, Daniel.
If Arsenal were doing well this season, I don't think anybody will come to you and ask that question and tell you you're not an Arsenal
It
fan.
wouldn't even be thought of, Daniel. Daniel, it wouldn't even be in a conversation.
So at the end of the day, I relate all the blame back to the owners of this club, the Cronky.
But as a fan base, right, and I'm sure it's the same with a lot of other clubs, right? We like to blame someone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we like to blame someone. Yeah, but the blame, and we've all said it tonight, and it's the truth. The blame can only be laid at one door. Well, two doors. The board, yeah, and the KSE, right? Where in that statement which I just made did I mention Arteta? Where in that statement did I just said did I mention the players?
Yeah.
My point's made.
Do you know what? This is exactly the point, and I say this all the time, right? And I'm going to put my face on camera for this one. See if Arsenal tomorrow, right? I love Saka. I think Saka's an amazing football player. See if Arsenal in the summer go out there and buy a better winger, and Saka ends up on the bench. I'm going to be a happy guy because I'm going to have one hell of a substitute on that bench, and that's going to drive my club forward. I'm not Player FC. I'm not Mikel Arteta FC. You go and sack Arteta tomorrow, bring in a better manager, and he goes and wins the Premier League. So be it. I get what I want. But the fact is, I don't think Arteta should be sacked, and that is the point. Changing managers does nothing. We mentioned today, Seaman, you come back just on it in a second, but we mentioned Nunes today and the job that he's doing at Forest.
Oh yeah,
He done a great job at Wales. He went to Tottenham. Tottenham sacked him. He's went over to Forest and he's doing an amazing job. So he's done an amazing job at Wales. He's done an amazing job at Forest. He's done a bad job at Tottenham. My thinking is, look at Tottenham. Mourinho, go and name the managers. Look at Ange right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's not doing Ange any favours, is it? Let's be honest.
They're sitting down in 13th, 14th in the fucking league. So second managers is not always the reason.
What's his name? Man United.
Yeah,
Amarin.
He's having the same problem.
Yeah.
Ten Hag. Sack Ten Hag.
I want to bring up a conversation that I had with one of the stewards yesterday as well. So as we came out and we were having a chit chat like we always do. We all chat about the game, and you could hear the rumors, like I was saying. I brought up that I didn't think that Ethan Nwaneri fitted in as a right wing because he gave the ball quite a few times. Now, all the noise that was going on around, he's Saka's replacement, he's Odegaard's replacement. It's not even 18. He hasn't got to that level yet.
Yeah.
Straight away, the steward jumped into me saying, here we go now. It's the Ethan bandwagon. Hey, Ethan out. Ethan, I went, no, you're not hearing what I said. What I'm saying is that noise is way too much for him at the moment. He's not anywhere near any 1% level of Saka. And for him to have that job on the right wing yesterday.
Well, look at it this way, Seema, right? I totally agree with you, right? And a lot of people, and it comes the same with Arsenal fans, right?
Yeah.
They just hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Right? And I tell you this now, and I said this to Mark yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I think I might have even said it to you today, Mark. Daniel, it'd be good to know what you think when I finish what I'm saying, yeah? But yesterday, right, the two lads that we've put so much stock in, right, they cracked.
Yeah.
In the respect of Lewis Skelly got sent off.
Yeah.
If you think about it, apart from the one that was rescinded, that's being sent off in 4 matches?
Yeah.
Twice in 3 or 4 matches, yeah? Forget that it was revoked or whatever, yeah? And then you look at Ethan Nwaneri yesterday. Now, Man City, he was ripping them to pieces. Absolutely ripping them to pieces.
Yeah.
He couldn't get past a 19-year-old defender yesterday, right? Yeah, he looked tired. He looked jaded. He looked absolutely dejected when he came off the pitch, you know? And to be quite honest, I think the pressure got too much for the pair of them.
Yeah.
Because we've had to, not through choice, because we've had to. We've put too much stock in these two kids, man.
Yeah.
And long term, it might do them some damage.
But also, Des,
Yeah.
they're two young lads that were taken to Dubai, and they were facing media things to do. So they were mixing. They were getting to live the high life.
Yeah. Daniel, did you want to say something? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I just want to say something. You remember when Martin Odegaard was injured? A lot of Arsenal fans were saying we should be playing Ethan Waneri on the Odegaard position.
Yeah.
And I was one of those people that was saying Mikel Arteta is trying to build this boy to a position whereby it's ready for the club, ready to play as in a men's game. And Mikel Arteta also used a statement of like, it's like a bricks of war. You lay one bricks, you had some mortar or you had some cement before you put another bricks. That was what it was trying to do. So I'm not happy, and at the same time I'm happy for the boy himself to realize that there's a level to this game. There's a level you got to be in for you to be consistent in this consistently performing at this level. And games like yesterday are the games whereby they will look at and fans will look at to understand, oh, okay, these guys are still kids. They're still young boys. They're still learning the game. We don't have to put a lot of pressure on them because we think they are the best things in sliced bread. Yes, they have the talent, which we can all see, but they shouldn't be put under this pressure which they are facing at the moment. I was actually happy that Mice got the red card yesterday. Reason because Mice will learn for this. Granit Xhaka is known for one thing and one thing alone. If you badge on Granit Xhaka, the first thing he does, he falls on top of the ball and grab the ball. The referee has no choice than to blow for a foul on him. Mice will learn from this. Next time when a player bash on you, don't try to roll the player. Don't try to be too clever. Just fall on top of the ball and hold the ball. The ref is going to blow the foul for you, because if you actually look at the incident, Kudus actually jab on him. So he could have just fall on the ball and hold the ball. The referee would have blown for a foul.
Yeah,
but
he pulled his shot. He dragged his shot.
But he tried to stand
I'm
on
going to look at that. I didn't think that was
I watched it just now, a little while ago.
Yeah, I'll look at that again. I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, he pulls his shirt and brings him down. He's literally falling down and pulling the shirt.
If you actually watch as well, I'm sure Skelly gets the ball. I'm sure he does.
Yeah, but it was very kind.
But he got a man. He got a man. It's actually it's a red card. I'm not going to call.
No, it's a Stonewall red card. But I'm sure he got the ball. I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
But,
but it's the mentality. Is the mentality thinking, right? He took it for the team.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is he's going to learn from that. Next time when a player bash on you, don't try to be too clever. Don't try to roll on the player, because he has done that countless of times since he broke into this team.
Yeah.
Whenever he gets the push from the opponent, he tries to stand on his feet, try to roll the player, and try to still move ahead. No, sometimes you use the sense. When a player bash on you, look at the environment, just fall on top of the ball, or the referee is going to give you the foul every day, even twice on Christmas days. So this is a learning experience for them, and I hope they will learn, and I hope the fans will learn to put their gas down when it comes to expectation. Do not expect too much. They're just 17 and 18 years old.
Exactly. I said this all the time, mate, and I've said that on Big Sunday shows and with some of you guys. I've came on and said that, and I'm not picking on Ethan. I'll start with Ethan. I'm not picking on him in any kind of way. I think he's an amazing talent, and I'm so happy he's at Arsenal Football Club. But for me, he's so inconsistent. So I'll call out. I think Ethan didn't have a good game. I don't blame him for yesterday, by the way. On the right, he wasn't getting much joy. As soon as he came over, I said at the start of the game, he roamed. He seemed to get more involved in the game, and he looked like a threat going forward for us. It only happened once, but it did look more of a threat. But he is kind of inconsistent because he's so young. He is so young. And you just have to take this with young players.
But he's also been asked to play in different positions.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing as well, Seema, is Like, it's not, he's only playing on the right because of Saka. When Saka was actually there, Ethan was never playing on the right. He was playing in, like, he would come on for Odegaard
Yeah.
or whatever else was happening. So he is playing in different positions.
Yeah.
And the same for Miles as well. Miles, yesterday, do you know what? We lost the game yesterday, and when I look back on it, I'm kind of glad that he didn't just fall over and grab the ball, Daniel. For yesterday's game, you're 1,000,000% correct, because it would have stopped the red card. But he was kind of saying to Kudus, you could come at me. I'm strong, and I'm going to do it. And he done the same with Haaland. There was in the Man City game. Haaland's a monster, by the way. And he actually had Haaland on his back at one point. He's like, walked away with the ball. So I kind of like the fact that he's doing that. And I believe we've got a guest on the show.
Can someone tell me how many games has he missed?
I think it's one.
That's Paul, by the way. It's not
one.
me. That is Paul. He's using my Abby. Big up, Paul. How are you, bruv?
So Des,
Yeah.
Marvin Skelly only misses one.
Yeah, I think so, because it's
Yeah.
not a dangerous foul.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I think Paul wants to say something, but I don't know. Are you muted?
I think Paul's about to tell me he's got me a Chelsea ticket.
He's changing the heavy.
Good man. That's better.
Mark,
Too nice.
does Alex want to come on as well? Max.
How's it going?
It's
All right,
going
Paul.
good,
All right,
bro.
Paul.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Yeah, been better. I'm on the way to Yorkshire, and I'm now sitting in a massive traffic jam. There was an accident, so I'm literally parked up.
Hey, Paul.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Crack on.
Yeah, no, sorry. What's been said? Well, I'm obviously massively late into the show.
But we're just talking about that Chelsea ticket that you promised us.
No one
The
won.
Chelsea one. Yeah, no, the one I sold. Yeah.
Absolute prick.
No. Yeah, gold dust. Well, they might be a little bit easy to get hold of now.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well, bro.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have signed out now. I think they signed out before the game.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, the amount of people that had sold their tickets. I don't know about you, Paul. Did you find that out? I mean, I saw so many new fans and season ticket holders where I sit being, other people were sitting there. There was, in fact, on my row, there was 2 people sat. Only 2 people were supposed to be sitting, but there were 3.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of new faces, and as I said, there seemed to be a lot of people that were there for like the first time as well.
Yeah.
It was doing my head in a little bit, and I was like, again,
because they don't know the songs.
You're talking about wanting A-grade performances from your football club, and you go into the stadium expecting that, and then when you then see the atmosphere, the actual energy from the crowd as well becomes grade D at best, and you're suddenly how hypocritical,
Yeah.
Look, a lot said about fans and stuff, and creating the atmosphere for the players to actually perform, but some of it has to come from the players to start with. And as I said, I think they needed an extra push, and I think there at times we created a couple of chances early on, and they were few and far between. I can admit, but it was such a poor performance for a team that is pushing for that title, and you know how big that result would have been. I think for the club, just in general, to close the gap, knowing that the game today was going on. I think it's criminal, and fair to say, Arteta has let rip on the players 100%.
Yeah.
And normally he's pretty good with his players, and he protects them very, very well. But yeah, from hearing stuff in and around, he went ballistic.
I don't know if you noticed or if the cameras picked it up. There was a point when Arteta, it looked like he had his watch off, and he wears a bloody expensive watch. And it was literally, he like swung it. He was so angry. And I'm looking at him going, oh my God, because I like to watch, his reactions. And I genuinely saw that and I was like, oh my God, what is this doing? He is mad as shit.
And something from yesterday, I think he was late for a press conference with 40 minutes. 40 minutes late for the press.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was locked in.
I would have been a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
But I think, in my opinion, I think Arteta should be ripping more into the board and the owners of the club rather than the players, because these players are giving what they have. They're giving what they can offer.
Yeah.
To me,
it's easy to say that, but at the end of the day, you know what happens in any job. You go against your employers, or you speak out of turn,
you're fired.
You're out of a job. And whilst you've got to be diplomatic about things, you're there, aren't you? But you'll always be that person in front of the cameras, like it was mentioned on the pod earlier on. You are almost the scapegoat for the board. You're the mouthpiece for the board, protecting them. I can't. Look, there's no simple answer to it all. The hard part of it all is to get rid of the owners, but a business that's got 100% ownership is a crazy job to potentially get that owner out.
It's going to be so hard to get them out the door, Paul, because as you say, nearly 100%. It's mental. Yep. Paul, are you Arteta in or Arteta out?
I'm always, I've always been in.
You're not a true fan then, mate.
I'm not a true fan at all. No. I'm deluded. I'm delusional.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but look, we could rip it all up and say get rid of him. We grab another manager in who now wants different players, wants to try and spend the money that we're still kind of spending, and we're ripping it all up again. It's not going to get you anywhere. I'm telling you now, we'll be in the same situation as we go on. It's just
totally agree with you, Paul. Totally agree. I mean, you're cutting off. You're just setting yourself back. You're putting a plaster over the cracks.
Yeah. And as I said, if there's no change in actual focus from the board. I mean, just ambition alone. Showing that you give a damn, show that you care, not coming out with statements saying, "Yeah, we're only here for the money. We don't care about trophies." You know that will never change. That statement that come out, what he said when they joined it. Oh yeah, we didn't buy the club to win trophies. You know, this is where it's wrong. And don't tell me that Arteta is the problem. When you look at that ambition that he has, because that doesn't come from him, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mark, before I say hello to Max, Paul. Sorry, before I say hello to Max, did you go to the right match this week?
I go to every match.
Oh my!
And that is
that's the one at the Emirates.
That's good. Then.
Did you actually go to the one at the Emirates? You know, did you find that there were so many people at the train station?
There was loads.
Of course they were.
Paul, put this shit down.
But can you actually explain? Can you actually explain to us what happened? Because we haven't heard from your side. We only heard from Mark and Sima. So we would like to know what really happened.
No, I went basically. I'm kind of thinking always about my next game and when I'm going, and I'm so buzzing. And I do my youth football, and I've had that all sorted. I've got loads of stuff. Been going to Yorkshire, come back. So it's 4 hour journey backwards and forwards. I've then basically got it in my head that we are playing at home. I've got to get from my my kids' football game and then straight on the train to watch the game. And yeah, I found out as we were getting on there, it was like, yeah, look, it was a away, and look, it's not unusual. It's not unusual to go down to the Emirates or to Finsbury Park and watch the game in the local pubs. I think it's probably one of the best experiences to do it as well. I've got so many great stories of watching away games in and around. Beautiful. Brilliant.
Paul,
I met another Scot.
Paul, mate, end of the day, we all make mistakes, you know, it happens.
Yeah, of course.
Paul, can I just say to Paul, if you were diluted, you should be very good, bro. You watered that down. You watered that straight down, bro, honestly.
Can we say hello to Max, please? One
Big up, Max. How are you, bro?
How you doing, Max?
How you going? How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks for joining us. Paul, did you want to say anything else, mate, before I move on to Max? Paul? He might have gone. Max, what do you want to kick off with joining us? Did you want to say anything in particular, mate?
Yeah, I speak about as you know, me and Mark speak on a regular basis on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, I live in Australia, and 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. that sort of time to obviously watch games and all that kind of stuff. So I get very sort of triggered when people say that you're not an Arsenal fan and all that kind of stuff in particular, because obviously I wake up ridiculous hours to watch my football club play when I could very well easily stay in bed for the most part and just not watch any of the Arsenal games because of how ridiculously the time slot is in terms of the scheduling and whatnot. So I take that personal thing because that's always slandered at me because obviously I'm an international fan and obviously doesn't get the chance to watch games and everything else. So, and as you quite rightly said, if I had the opportunity to go to every single Arsenal game, I would have, because, I love the football club that much. And in my time of supporting Arsenal, I've probably only been to 3 or 4 international games in my time. And the first one being the first two being the 2 Bayern Munich games, and then one of them being the Atletico Madrid game, and then obviously one of them was when I actually managed to make it to London and actually go to a game when we still had Arsene Wenger in charge, and that was ages ago. So I very rarely go to these games.
Max, sorry to interrupt you. Paul, could you put yourself on mute? Because when you're not on mute, Max's microphone is not working great, bro.
He's gone again. Carry on, Max. Sorry, carry on, mate.
Yeah, so it's difficult for me in terms of to not love the club as much as I do, because obviously there's obviously a great, obviously great commitments and a great, amount of support that I managed to show it every time, because it's difficult, especially with the time slot and everything else. So I for me, when people say stuff like that, I generally just tend to ignore it, because it's water off a duck's back for me, because I know I wake up at ridiculous hours, so it's just I don't bother to sort of interact with it, so to speak. Just quickly touching upon on the West Ham game. It was probably one of the worst performances I've probably seen this season. It's probably up there with the Bournemouth game, which we end up losing and we didn't turn up for either as well. It's just been one of those seasons, unfortunately. I obviously blame Arteta for certain parts of the season where obviously proper rotation and obviously playing Thomas Partey at right back, as I've spoken on many times, and obviously not bringing Easton in a bit sooner than I would have liked to. But in saying that, we're still second. We're still third in the Champions League. Whether fans got to accept that or not, that's another question. And we're basically down to our bare bones due to, unfortunately, the board and the club's sort of direction. And that and honestly, they've only got themselves to blame. You know, like I've seen Arteta sort of coming out in press conferences saying that we need players, and we need to maximize every window and all that kind of stuff, right? And unfortunately, the board seems to have other ideas because you have Jason Nader in charge, which is obviously, if you know this, but he was Edu's sort of lawyer in terms of getting the deals over the line. And unfortunately, when you have someone who's coming from a lawyer's perspective, they always tend to go for the money-free approach because they want to bounce books and are not worried about getting over the line. And which raises the question, like I've always had the terms of like, do they really care? Do they really put the investment in? You know, like what are the Arsenal scouts doing in terms of trying to like attack top quality talent? You know, and why do we take so long to do like deals? You know, why do deals happen? So those are the questions I want to I'm more asking about them. And you know, like this window in particular, this winter when we didn't sign anybody, when we were clearly needed to sign some players to go get us over the line, just told me everything I need to know about this ownership and tell me exactly what kind of direction they actually care about it. And you know, Arteta can only do so much, and I said this very clearly. If Arteta somehow managed to pull off the immaculate, right, and somehow manages to win the Champions League or the Premier League, one of those two trophies, then mate, honestly, they need to give him a bloody statue and go and like well and truly, because this will be up there for me personally, with the Invincibles in terms of trying to get it over the line, because this guy is literally like done everything possible to try and get us the possible best results. And unfortunately, due to, you know, obviously refereeing decisions and obviously injuries and all that kind of stuff, and his own personal making his own mistakes, as I specified before about playing Thomas Partey at right back and all that kind of stuff and proper rotation, we are where we are, and we just got to.
See, just touching on the Thomas Partey case, because I feel at the moment I'm Arteta's biggest defender, and I think he has made mistakes this season. But going back to Thomas Partey, if you didn't put Thomas Partey on right back, who else could you have put there?
Like I was even like asking, you know, like because I was even suggesting possibly to have either Declan Rice play there, because Declan Rice has played obviously centre back for West Ham, and he's also, and you know, and you can easily shift him in anyway, or alternatively, right, you could have played because I'm pretty sure at the time, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but we had you know, we had Jurriën Timber fit, did we not? And we could have potentially, theoretically, even played Calafiori as the right side of center, right back, if you really wanted to, right? And then played Miles Lewis-Skelly on the left side, or even you could even have played Zinchenko at right back potentially, and then you could have tried anything else, right? And still kept the same formation, still, because this season in particular, right, Thomas Partey has been probably one of our best midfielders in his position in midfield. And every time he comes out, it just seems to me that he's just putting square pegs in round holes. And he's just been, I think for me, Thomas Partey's probably been one of our shining stars up on this season, with obviously the youngsters and the goalkeeper. And that's basically it. And that's been pretty poor, considering that we've got a squad of 24 players, 25 players, something like that.
It's actually a squad of 19 max. But to just come back at you with the Timber being fit, Jurriën Timber came back from an ACL last season. At the time when he had to play Thomas Partey at right back, we were playing games every 3 days. So you couldn't expect Timber to play game in, game out, or he could have broke down again and we wouldn't have had a right back at all. So therefore, the only player that could actually play right back and invert back into his natural position for me was Thomas Partey. Don't get me wrong, Max, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I hate seeing Thomas Partey at right back when he's this season. Well, he's been fit, and it's the best season for fitness as Thomas Partey since he's been at the club. He has actually been one of the shining lights in that midfield. So I 100% agree with you, and I don't think we've had any successful results with Thomas Partey at right back. I could be mistaken, but I think we've dropped points in all the games that he's played there.
We've won one game, Mark, as Thomas Partey at right back. We've won one game if we've lost 8.
Lost 8.
Well, like
Yeah.
one. I think we've lost on the rest, but so. Yeah, like as I said, I did offer some other solutions, but yeah, it's been one of those things, right? And obviously, I just want to quickly really touch upon Martin Odegaard, right? So there's a lot of criticism going around Martin Odegaard at the moment, obviously due to his lack of form and everything else, right? And Martin Odegaard probably one of my probably the most exciting players watching, other than Saka, in terms of watching him on the field when he's on it, right? And unfortunately, this season he's obviously had his injuries, and obviously he's missed Saka immensely, and he's not been as effective. And there's a lot of people going around, especially online in particular, with people asking the captaincy to be stripped from him and given it to Rice, and like even Gabriel at times and all that kind of stuff. I just think it's his form is probably based on like pretty much more or less all the teams' form more or less, and I think he's more of an 8 than a number 10 personally, in my personal opinion. I think I've said that before, so that's just personally for me, and I just think we need to be behind the team, and whatever the season may come out of.
Max, I've got to come back for you on Odegaard, yeah. Because I'm one of Odegaard's biggest fans, and obviously you appreciate Odegaard as well, yeah? And I will say this. When Odegaard clicks, the team clicks, yeah?
Sure.
Not only has he missed, I'll be honest with you, not only has he missed Saka this season, I believe he's also missed Ben White. Because them three on that wing, they just work with each other, yeah? And to be quite honest, he's not been the same player this season because injury, illness, and obviously he's just had a baby boy this year. Sorry, I don't know if it was a boy, but he's had a baby this year. So that's going to affect him as well. But the one thing that is letting Odegaard down this season is he's not shooting when he should. You think about it, he scored 15 goals Was it last year he scored 15 goals or the year before?
See, just before you go on, Max, we're getting major feedback off your mic. So, you're dropping in and out. I don't know what's happening with your microphone, but see, when the guys are speaking, could you put yourself on mute just we'll talk, because the feedback is horrendous, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Sorry, Max. Sorry about that. But he scored 15 goals. Do you know what I mean? And what's he scored this season? I think it's like 3, maybe 4 tops. So that's a big, big deficit. But I agree with you. He's one of the best players on the pitch, and he gets a load of grief just because he's a quiet captain. I'll let you come back at me now. I've said my piece. All right, mate?
Yeah, no, I agree. And, he's always, like you obviously touched upon, obviously, Ben White and obviously Saka, and obviously, but also at the same time, he's also missed like Martinelli as well. Martinelli's obviously, was beyond before this season, he was probably one of our most attacking players up until this season, where he's just massively dropped off. And I love Martinelli as much as the next guy, and I just think he's been obviously, again, with most of the rest of the team, he's not been as effective as we would have liked to. Trossard, another player that's obviously had a great season last season, and obviously he's not been as hot as he was originally as well. So, it's just a basic on form and at the moment. So, yeah, it is what it is. We just got to support the team and back it, and obviously we go on to Nottingham Forest for me it's Wednesday. So, there you go.
Yeah, it's Wednesday for us as well, mate. So yeah, Wednesday night. So yeah. Now I just want to bring up something.
Max is into Monday now, guys.
Oh, of course he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to bring up something as well. Yesterday, something shocked me. Right, Zinchenko being brought on. I didn't think we'd see him on the pitch again this season. To be quite honest with you, well, Seema, what did you think?
I was actually surprised too. But the fact that he could still run around very well was good, considering he's hardly had any game time. But no, I was okay about it actually. It was kind of like, oh, him right now, but then he come on and he was running around and he was bringing, what's the word? Not excitement, but a little bit of like, come on guys, we've got this. And I suppose that's why he was brought on, because of his maturity and the fact that he's been in a title race or he's been in, whatever. And then as soon as you get Sterling there, but
Daniel, what do you think about Zinchenko being on the pitch, bro?
well, I had more to say than him then.
Yeah, Zinchenko coming on the pitch is like, it's like me coming on the pitch for Arsenal yesterday.
Fair enough. Mark, what about you? What was your opinion of Zinchenko? Oh, are you doing something, are you? All right. Max, are you still there?
Yeah. Sorry,
Max?
I was just putting my headphones in. My apologies.
Oh, sorry. What was your thoughts about Zinchenko being on the pitch, mate?
Yeah. So, when I saw him come on, I was like, wait, he still plays for us? Because he just hasn't been used this season effectively, and I was actually shocked that he was actually started playing. So
yeah,
and I'm actually surprised that Tierney still plays for us, to be honest, because he seems to be being used as the unused sub now. So there you go.
See, I thought Tierney might have got on yesterday. Mark, have you finished eating your Haribo?
Yeah.
Do you want to say?
Sorry, I do apologise for that.
What are you eating, Mark?
Haribos.
Throughout.
Monster munching Haribos. Monster munching Haribos. Sorry, Des, you take us by surprise. I didn't think you were coming to me that.
Do you know what, mate? I didn't see you chewing, otherwise I wouldn't have come to you.
Yeah. I didn't want to do that. We'll leave that there. Do you know what? It was good that he's done that. Finally done that and actually put Zinchenko into the midfield. We've actually raised this point in numerous shows that that's an option that he did have to put him there. But the side spin to that is, if Zinchenko could have been a backup to say Declan Rice as the number 8, then we shouldn't have maybe signed. We did. I think she just burped. Sorry, she just.
I just sneezed.
Don't digress.
Right, okay.
Carry on.
Very quietly.
So if Zinchenko could have been a backup.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Carry on, Mark. Mark, I'm running out of time. Hurry up.
Right, okay, all right. So if Zinchenko could have been a backup to Declan Rice as the left 8, then did we actually need to go out and buy Mourinho? And that raises another question of coming on. But the real point I want to make was when this substitute happened, it kind of showed me everything about my football club, and it made me really angry.
Well,
you're chasing the game. Wait a minute, just to let us land on this point.
I thought you finished. Sorry, go ahead.
You're chasing the game, and you're bringing 2 left backs on.
Mm-hmm.
That's Arsenal Football Club right now, and that fucking pissed me off. That really pissed me off.
Here we go. You're talking about combinations and changes and things like that, yeah? I've always said that you could have put Tierney on the wing because he can cross a ball, yeah? Only because we're saying mad. You've even said put Gabriel up front, yeah? Mad combinations, because we are in a situation where we have to try new things, otherwise. Yesterday was proof we are stuck. Yeah, we are stuck. So Tierney could have gone on the left wing, right? He can cross in a good ball. Yeah. You also, where you got this Gabriel up front, I'm not sure, but
it's overhead kick against Man City. That done it for me. He showed. I'm telling you,
one overhead kick.
No. Do you know what? I just think Gabriel's a powerhouse, and he has, out of our defence, he is the guy that gets on end corners, free kicks, etc. He's a monster in the box. I'm just saying, try it. Just try it.
Well,
We've got plenty of defenders. So go and put like a Kivy or again. I'm talking against West Ham. I'm not talking against like a Man United away, etc. I'm talking about a home game. Try something different and stick in. And Big Gabriel did actually go up front in the later stages of the game. By the way, he was up there. So for me, I just think that he's a powerhouse and he's a top figure, and he would really give centre backs a real serious issue. So
all joking apart, it could end up like that, Mark. Yeah,
it could. I've seen teams do it, bro. I've seen teams bring a central defender and push him up top. So that was the reason behind that statement. But again, the biggest problem at Arsenal Football Club is, and like I will be quick with this because we are running out of time, is the fact that we're bringing on 2 left backs when we're chasing the game.
That's true.
That is a problem.
Could you do me a favour? Down in the content, there is a message from Emerson about Sterling. Could you drag it up onto the screen for me if you can find it?
Yeah.
And then I want to talk about, we have to talk about the Sterling free kick yesterday. Daniel,
there's not much there.
Right, no. Because Daniel was saying before that it'd be an Arsenal thing to do to sign Sterling, yeah. But Emerson has said Sterling will go back to Chelsea as contract states, no option to buy, and we're only paying him 100k a week. So Daniel, I just wondered if you wanted to come back at Emerson with anything. So,
like Mark would say, everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, I know, but you were saying
I could go back in this in Daniel's defence. It is a typical Arsenal thing to do. Emerson's a great guy, and I'm not disputing there isn't a buy option. Emerson, if Arsenal Football Club go to Chelsea with a fiver to take Sterling off their hands, he's coming, bro. And it is what Daniel was stating. Not that he wanted them, not that there was a buy option, nothing at all. What Daniel actually said, and I'll never stick up for Daniel by this time, is a basic thing. This is a typical Arsenal thing to do. I said the same. I expected Arsenal in the January window to not disappoint me with the typical Arsenal thing to do. And that was come out and tell us that a permanent deal had been raised for Raheem Sterling. Because that is, and I was joking about it because obviously I don't want Raheem anywhere near my football club, but this is typical Arsenal. This is a typical Arsenal fucking.
I totally agree. I just wanted to give Daniel the option. I just wanted to give Daniel the option to come back at what Emerson had said. That's all. If he wanted to, I agree with you totally as well. It is an Arsenal thing. Max will probably agree. Seaman would probably agree. But we have to talk about that. We had a free kick in a really, really good position yesterday. Odegaard stood over it, right? I was expecting him to take it. Yeah. Do you know what it almost felt like, guys? It felt like when Odegaard gives up a penalty for someone else to take just for a confidence booster. Yeah. He did that to Sterling, and Sterling missed the penalty. He gives him let me land. He gives him the free kick. Yeah. What did he do? He belted it straight into a blooming West Ham player.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
I was just going to say, I think it was the opposite yesterday because with Odegaard, you're right, as a confidence boost, he passes out penalties and he'd done that with Raheem before and Raheem missed the penalty. I actually think it was the opposite for Odegaard yesterday. I think Odegaard did not have the balls to stand up there and take that free kick.
Do you know why?
He's that short of confidence that it was like, who's going to take the free kick? Who's going to take the free kick? And Raheem, in fairness, and the only time I'll defend Raheem, was like, I'll take it.
See him clip that, will you? He's going to defend.
I just wanted to say something. You know, Raheem Sterling took a free kick, I think, in the Carabao Cup that hit the top of the bar, if I'm not mistaken. Probably that's the reason why, immediately the free kick happened, Sterling run to the ball, like telling them, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take this. I don't think Martin Odegaard gave him the free kick because of any confidence of trying to boost any confidence now. I just felt probably Sterling wanted it more, and the captain wasn't confident in his own ability to take the free kick. Probably he felt Sterling was in the right place to take the free kick. So it's just a shit show so far for me, shit show so far.
I
from
mean,
everything.
Daniel, seriously, right? If Odegaard didn't have the confidence, still take it because that dick can't freaking shoot.
Oh, Seema, I hope you got a swear jar in your house.
I have. Right here.
Max, what do you think, mate? What's your opinion on it?
Honestly, like this is probably I know this might sound really reactionary, but like I generally think Odegaard should take it all of our free kicks, and like that's just that because he's literally the only free kick taker in our squad, and like that I can think of, I can name that has the potential to do a free kick. The only other player that could possibly do it would be Declan Rice, or literally Fabio Vieira, which is out on loan at the moment. Right, that's literally the only people I can think of in our squad that can do it. Right, and obviously Saka could do it, but he's obviously injured at the moment. So yeah. So, but for me, like, can I just quickly say, yeah, I don't think our corners and our free kicks have been like obviously corners have been better or has been worse this season, but I think our free kicks since like the last time I can remember we scored a free kick was when Odegaard scored a free kick against Burnley for that 1-0 win, and that was the last time I remember scoring a free kick. Since then, I haven't seen Arsenal score a free kick from ages.
Well,
unless someone can remind me.
Go on, carry on.
No, that's right. That's right. That is the last free kick that was scored.
Can I just say as well? I said it yesterday, Mark. Do you remember? We were being called set piece FC for corners, and even that power's left us now.
Yeah.
We're not scoring from corners anymore, so that's noticeable. And we haven't really got free. Declan Rice and Odegaard are probably your two best chances at free kicks. Go ahead, Seema. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, we noticed that our corners are coming all high in now.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing new.
No, they've worked us out, Seema.
Yeah,
they've worked us out. They have. Right. We've got 10 minutes to go, guys. So go on. Go ahead, and I'll do, and then we've got the final subject. Yeah, go ahead. Say what you're going to say, mate.
I don't know. Is this subject we'll be talking of? How do you guys feel if Arsenal are going to do the God of Honor for Liverpool in the 37th game of the season? How are you feeling?
Say that again.
Say that again, mate.
Doing the God of Honor for Liverpool winning the league in the 37th game of the season.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, they've earned it, mate. I'm okay with it.
I mean, like,
if they win it,
manager, first season in.
Yeah.
He's got the team all rolling for him, haven't they? They're like,
Daniel's not agreeing. He's doing his.
I'm not going to watch that game.
Okay. So
we're going to go to bloody Anfield for it.
Right. So we've got the last subject tonight, guys, and it's Daniel's favourite. Yeah? Let's talk about the referee. Come on, Daniel, go first, mate.
Well, yesterday game, I have absolutely nothing to bash the referee about, because at the end of the day,
Seema, clip it.
We are shit. The red card was a fair red card. I'm not going to complain about that. Actually, spot on. Craig Paulson is never a good referee, in my opinion. So I wasn't expecting anything better from him. I wasn't expecting him to be good. So it's just a shit show from the PGMOL. So for me, yesterday referee wasn't the reason why we lost the game. We lost the game because we are shit. So that's the only referee I can complain about is the one from the Everton Manchester United game. That's the only time I can complain about.
Oliver?
Yeah, and I have one problem. I have one huge problem with fans. When the referee are sent to the VAR to make a decision, they blame the VAR. I don't get it. The referees are the one making the call. The VAR is just like a video replay to replay a situation. Do not blame the VAR. Blame the people using the system.
They're each other's mates.
Yeah, so they shouldn't be like, if a referee make a decision, VAR are spoiling the VAR are not spoiling the game. The referees are the one using the system wrongly, because the system is there to help them. What you're seeing, what I'm seeing, Sam, what you are seeing there, so what you're seeing, Mac, it's same replay. Is the referee?
VAR's the mate with VAR, he probably supports Liverpool or Newcastle or bloody Timbuktu. I don't care. So, mate, I'm going to do you a favour.
Yeah, so the people are the one making this.
Does that sound really, really?
No,
That makes them in someone's pocket, but you know, hey, far be it for me to say it.
Independence. We need independence on the VAR.
We need this monopoly destroyed. This monopoly of just the PGM where we need it destroyed. We need other bodies into the referee. That's my opinion. I think we need like 4 or 5 different bodies, because if it's different bodies, you have a referee from the PGM, have a referee from any other organization. There will be a
idiot's name. You
yeah,
know, the one with Michael Owen.
Howard Webb.
Howard Webb. Do you mean Howard Webb?
Howard Webb. That's it. That twat. See, I can't even remember his name.
Max, what are your thoughts on the referees, mate? Being as you're from Australia, what's your thoughts on it?
I don't think the English referees are shocking, and that's why they don't get selected for the World Cup or any internationals. I generally think because they're just that bad. And you know what the thing is? My dad, funny enough, is actually a Liverpool fan, so he's been gloating with me all morning. So I've had to put up with him all morning. So unfortunately, yeah. And my partner's a Man City fan. So yeah, there you go. There's my life for you. And in all every single aspect, right? Because we obviously talk about football and we watch a lot of A-League that happens over in Australia, which is basically the third division of would be the third division in England, essentially, basically, which is the A-League over here, right? And over here, we basically have referees wired up to the point where we can literally hear everything that they're saying on the pitch, where it's a refereeing decision, whether it's like whatever the decision is, right? We can actually hear them in the stadium. We can actually hear, like, if you're in the stadium, you can actually hear the referees on the pitch when they're making decisions, like saying, no handball, no foul, no none of this, right? So it's all clear and obvious that there's no disillusion whatsoever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look, my shock and my amazement is that they haven't brought in something similar, because then that would stop so many of the arguments about corruption, so many of the arguments about what's being said on the field and what's not being said on the field and all that kind of stuff, right? And like also when it comes in a referee decision, right? You actually, if you're in the stadium, you actually get to see the footage and you get to hear what the people are saying in the VAR room, right? And you get to see them in real time what they're saying, and so you get to see how they make the decision, right? And the thing is, right, they're never going to do that, because the referees are as corrupt as for anything over in England, and they're never going to do that because it's all about money for them. It's all, and they're too scared of outing their own friends out on the field, which, you know, like Mike Dean, when we talk about the Miles Lewis Skelly incident the other day, recently, right? Literally Howard Webb came out and said, "Oh, we don't want to impact the decisions of the game," right? This is Howard Webb saying this. Howard Webb came out and said, "Oh, we don't want to impact the decisions of the game," and then you have bloody the other dickhead, which I can't remember his name, right? Come out and say, like, you know, it's always up to the VAR doesn't want intercede on a decision that's a yellow card. When I've seen plenty of times this season when VARs come in between yellow card decisions, right? And all that kind of stuff. So they're just upper bullcrap, man. Honestly, I just don't like English referees in general. And I think it comes down to, it's not the technology, it's the people running it. That's my problem. Like, so yeah,
the lunatics
that's where I stand.
The lunatics are running the asylum, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like going to a car mechanic and asking them to replace the engine, yeah, and then giving them only 50 quid. Like, it's not even like, it's madness. So
you said your dad's a Liverpool supporter, your partner's a Man City supporter. All I can say is you made the right choice, mate. Mark, did you want to say anything about the referees before I close?
So just real quick, my mum's actually an Everton supporter. So there you go. There's the full circle.
Mark, is there anything you wanted to say?
Yeah,
fair play, mate.
Max, you're lucky you don't have a Tottenham fan in your family.
Yeah, just be grateful for that, mate.
Yeah, thank God.
On the referee, I'm going to give a bit of a bit of credit to be devil's advocate. I thought the referee was brilliant yesterday. He didn't have too much to do. The only thing that annoyed me, but it's happening in every single game this season, players kicking the ball away. I'm still got PTSD from when Declan Rice did it. It happened a number of times yesterday, and there was no bookings. I was shutting at TV constantly regarding it. Out with that, I felt the ref let the game flow. The red card was 100%, and he didn't have a shocker. I didn't know his name until Daniel pointed out, but Daniel's like got an OCD against referees at this moment in time, so I didn't know his name. And I've always asked that, please, like, if I don't know your name at the end of this game, you've had a good game, and I didn't. So for me, I had a good game. The one thing that I do very quickly, because we have run out of time, that I want to add, what Max explained is the TMO of rugby going out, and it actually defends referees. If you're mic'd up and players are approaching you, swearing at you, giving you abuse, putting pressure on you, this would echo around the whole entire stadium, and the referee would be protected. So I think it's time that it did happen. Every other point that Max made about what happens in the A-League is 100%, again, I've said this on previous shows. If I'm sitting at home, I have more chance of knowing what's going on with the VAR, etc., than what Seema does, who attends every game. So for that, I think that's wrong. Seema should know before I know.
Quick question, Mark. Quick question. If you're going on the analogy of the rugby, like you just said, right? Does football...
Cricket's the same way.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Does football need a sin bin then?
No, I don't know. I'm not going to do
that would be a step too far, yeah?
Yeah, it's a step too far. Just make the referees up, take away this thing that they're corrupt.
Yeah.
If they're there, they explain it, then we could straight away analyse it and come up with a theory on what's happened. Nobody could twist it, and that is it. But the most important thing, it gives the spectators in the stadium, paying customers, the knowledge of what's actually happening. Because some of the time, a decision can take 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and Seema's sitting there eating more caviar and drinking more champagne.
Can I just go to Daniel first? Seema, do you mind if I go to Daniel just first? It gives you a bit more time, yeah? Is that okay?
No,
Daniel, go ahead, because you've been putting your finger up for quite a while. So.
No, I was just...
All right, okay.
Fine.
Daniel, go ahead.
I just wanted to add to what Mike is saying. I think the referee organization just have to make this team easy. Do the simple things. Call the foul when it's a foul. Make it simple. When it's handball, let us know if the handball is going to start from the elbow. Make it simple. When it's simple, it makes everybody know what's going on. But when you try to complicate the issue that your hands is here, your hands are here, this is not foul, it makes it complicated. And I don't get a reason why for a VAR call that is so blatant, so clear, you waste 4 or 5 minutes. It makes it tiring for match-going fans because you are there sitting under the cold or under the rain or under the sun, waiting for one block to make a decision while sitting in Stockley Park for a decision that is very obvious for all to see. So I think they should make it as simple as possible because the technology is there to help them make the decision. And when they keep making it so difficult, making the decision so long, it makes it boring and tiring.
It stifles the celebration as well, doesn't it? You know, Seema, did you want to say anything about the referees? No.
Yeah.
No, guys, are you out?
Can I just quickly we'll add this. That there's also one thing that also gripes me. Is that I really wish they add cameras to touch lines, like on the side, like where the cameras can't be covered, because like there's so many decisions that come across the line where like Newcastle last year when the ball was clearly over the line and there was no cameras and they couldn't tell if it was over the line or not, and that's what like bothers me as well, because like
Max, they should be able to, mate, because they've got an AI line.
No, the only reason they are doing that because that's the work of the linesman. Because if you put in a camera, then it's like you're making the work of the linesman null and void.
But they have actually got an AI line as well that's meant to show up when it goes over the line and when it doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
That's on the goal.
That's on the goal.
Oh, I thought you meant on. Sorry, Max. I thought you meant on the goal. I apologise.
No. Yeah, no, I meant like the behind the goal, like on the sideline, because especially
Right.
when I was talking about the Newcastle goal, which is happened to go over the line. There was no cameras. They couldn't. They literally said when they were playing back the VAR footage, they said, "Well, we don't have any cameras."
Right.
I said, like, we don't have any cameras, and it's a stadium full of like 60,000 people.
Yeah.
Like,
Funniest,
madness.
the funniest thing about that incident is that each and every player in that field has a camera specified for them. Every player has a camera on them going on that pitch. So whatever is happening there, you can't tell me there's no camera to
Yeah.
get that angle. I just feel
It's
when
ridiculous.
they make decision as they go. When the narrative is sweet for them, they can just tell you whatever they want to tell you. So it's just,
What makes it even more ridiculous, though, Daniel, is there's a ball cam. So if there's a ball cam, why can't there be a sideline cam, whatever cam? There's a cam for everything now. Do you know what I mean? Right, guys, I'm really sorry. It's time to shut this one down because we're going over 2 hours, and it's been a long weekend for me and Mark. So all I can say is thank you very much to all my guests. Max, thanks for coming on. You can come on again if you want to, no problem. Seema, as always. Mark, have you done all your fireworks now, Mark? You're all right?
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm sitting back. I'm just sitting back. There's no fireworks at all from me.
I've got to say, it was a lovely display. All right. And Daniel, of course, thank you for your input tonight. Thank you, guys. You've been amazing. The chat's been good. If you've been watching it, this is in the North Bank. This is the Big Sunday Show. Join us next week where we'll have even more of this kind of stuff with more people. Have a great week till then.
Are we doing a show after the game against Nottingham Forest?
On Wednesday or Thursday?
I don't know. We'll let you know.
We'll decide the chat. We'll let you know.
We'll let you know, mate. All right. So all I can say is thanks for watching. Have a great week. It hasn't been the best weekend. Well done to Liverpool. And come on, you Gunners. Thanks a lot, everyone.